Hello YouTube and welcome to another how-to video. In this one we're talking about forests. So I've made another pine tree, if you remember this one from a few episodes ago. And we had some nice things going on. This one, it's a little bit different. We've tried to put it in at a bit of an angle. As you can see from a distance, it's sort of leaning to the left a little bit from this side. And I've also tried to make it sort of default friendly. So we're not using the cobblestone wall texture. We're not using those metadatas. We have got the fences in there. I'm going to show you something to sort of easily make different trees from one tree. And what we're going to do is make our first position. Now this is a bad example because this is a very bad tree. Now normally I spend anywhere between half an hour to an hour and a half, so 30 to 90 minutes making a tree. Depends how big it is, how much detail I actually want to put into it. So in this one I've just made in about 10 minutes. So it's really awful. I'm not going to make excuses for it, but for the purpose of the video, it will be fine. And I've just managed to paste inside the tree somehow. So there we go, we've got one. I'm going to paste another one all the way over here. That'll be 3. Done it again. How have I managed to do that? And we can put another one as well. So there we go, we've got 4 trees. So that's not too bad. Got 4 trees out of 1. And what I'm going to do now is, because I've already got this as a selection, I'm going to replace all of the fences. So replace 85 with 18:13, and we want as well. So it's a bit of in there. Now normally I keep the fences in, but because I'm doing this for default, and if you have a lot of these fences and you have a lot of the cobblestone walls in a big forested area, it can create a lot of lag. So I'm going to get rid of all of the fences just to save on that bit of lag really. I'm going to go for 70% leaves, and we're going to go for 30% So that's just hopefully going to get rid of all of the fences in this tree. And then once we've done that, we're then going to do / replace 18:13, or just 18, just get rid of all the leaves. I'm going to replace that with 80% 18:13 and 20% and there we go. So for some reason the fences haven't changed. Let's just check that command. Did do 85 / replace. So that should have worked, but it hasn't. 85. Just hang on a sec. Let me just try and work this out. 85. No? Alright, let's turn the chat on and see what it's telling me. It's probably telling me I'm doing something wrong. I've missed out a percent sign, or I've not put in a comma. So I'll do undo. We'll go here. 80%, 18:13, 20% 0. Why is that not? Yeah, that one was right. This one, on the other hand, I forgot to missed off one thing, 0. Right, okay, so we'll do that. All the fences should be gone. There we go. And then I can do the other one. Place 18. There we go, much better. So the fences are all gone. The leaves are okay. It's not looking too bad. And there you go. And then we're going to make a selection of this tree and do the exact same commands, but because it's a completely different selection and the percentages are random, it's going to change the leaves and stuff in a different sort of way. So we'll do that one, and then we do the next command there. And see, because these leaves have gone slightly differently, it will look a little bit different. If the tree was better looking and it was a little bit bigger, a little bushier, different shape, it would make sense. So now that that's happened, you're going to do it for these 2 trees as well. I'll probably cut that out and then we'll get on to the next stage. So okay, so now we have these trees looking a little bit different. It's only slight changes, but you know, it's the what we're going to do next is hide the chat, because that gets annoying sometimes. Now we can actually start to paste in our trees. I'm going to look for a nice location. Where do we want this little pine forest to go? I'm thinking just on top of this hill there. It's a nice little space. I'm going to make a selection. I think I've already got this tree over here selected, so we'll start with that one. fly over, taking as long as we can. There we go. Copy, fly back over. Oh dear, didn't even know you could have speed 56, but there you go. So we've put that over here. We're going to plonk down anywhere we want and just do paste minus A. And when you do paste minus A, it doesn't paste blocks, which is the minus A, so it wouldn't have got rid of the grass and all the other stuff. So there's our first tree. That's not too bad. Then we want to go make a selection of a different tree. And because these trees are quite bad, you're going to spot that they are actually just the same tree. But I'll show you a way of getting around that in a second as well. So pause 2. Let's just get down here. I'll stand a little bit away from it so I don't spawn in the tree. / copy. Then we're going to get to where we want this tree to be, and I'm going to rotate 90, and that'll just turn the tree in a slightly different direction. Paste minus A again. There you go, the tree's been pasted in. And because it's an awful tree, they do kind of look the same, but because the leaves are different, they are unique. So although they might look very similar in shape, up close they are slightly unique. Plus the directions are different. You put quite a few of these together, you won't really notice too much. And we also have this tree as well, which I'm going to dot about. And it does help to have at least 3 different types of trees. I know I've only got 2. But it does help to have at least 3 different types of trees when you're trying to make a forest, because then you can hide them quite nicely. So I'm just going to do position 1, come up here, do position 2, jump off the tree, and we'll do / copy, come up here, don't need to rotate it or anything, and I think where seems a good spot, right in between these trees I want to get, so we'll go here, paste minus A, and there you go. And because we've got a slightly different tree in there now, it hides it a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this off camera, just paste them in, rotate them, and I'll show you guys what that looks like when they're all in quite close together, and then I'm going to go over some detailing for under the trees and stuff like that. So we'll be back in a sec. Alright guys, so I just recorded like the second half of this episode and then realised that the microphone was muted. Yay, of course it was. I'm always making these stupid mistakes. So I'll just sort of show you guys what we've done. We got an extra tree. This is from the P- world. As you can see, it's quite angled and it's quite narrow as well, so it's different to these two in shape, which is also good. This one, it was by itself, it's near the farm. So it was quite easy to copy and paste over. All the others sort of intersect with each other and it would have been a bit hard to do. I'll just fly over and show you what we've done and where we fit those in. You can see you've got these 2 different shaped trees here, and by rotating them, and we've got the different leaves. They are different even though they look the same, so it makes them slightly more unique. You can see here we've got this really tall one, and I've messed up that tree when I pasted it in, but you can't really notice that, so it's fine. And then the other thing we did is added these smaller trees, because what you also get in forests is these smaller sections of trees. Just while I'm here, if that happens, just put a block in, makes it all look nicer. You get these small trees that are trying to reach up and push their way through and reach the sunlight. So we've got a small one here. This is sort of a default version. They don't look that great. It's hard to get them looking good in a small scale on Minecraft. We've got another one here using the cobblestone walls. You can see it's sort of just winding its way up. I think this is a bit too curved and a bit too angled to be perfectly honest, but it's reaching its way up, trying to get underneath that branch to actually get to the sunlight over there. We did have another one over here, slightly bigger because this is quite open round here, so it's got that space to get to the sunlight, so this is slightly bigger. Again, got that there, just swap it out, looks a bit nicer. And here we have a floating tree. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Fix that. There we go. And then we did add another one here, and this is the biggest out of those 4 smaller trees. And these are really, really easy to make. I didn't use world edit or anything. I just sort of placed the leaves randomly and just sort of, just went around like that, and then was like, no, I don't want those there. Just like that, do it all by hand. And it only took me maybe 5 minutes to add these 4 trees in. It really wasn't that long. It was quite quick and simple to do. But what I am going to do is end the video here though, because the next thing that I want to do is going to be quite a lot of detail, so I want like a whole video for that rather than try and rush it and put it into one like 30-minute long video, because they're no fun to watch. So we'll just split it up into 2 videos. It makes it easier for you guys to watch and follow along, and you might know all the other stuff. So what we're going to do in the next episode is, I can actually show you. We're going to be doing this. And what I mean by this is sort of the grass on the floor, making it look really overgrown in here. We'll be also going over bushes and rocks and flowers, which I haven't included in here, but we'll be talking about those as well. And sort of going over in more detail about how to get a nice atmosphere in your forest. You can see here that I've got one of those smaller trees as well. I think I did have another one. Maybe I only put one in. You can see here how the trees are all going over each other. All these were built by hand. I didn't actually use World Edit with these ones. But you can see I've got these smaller trees dotted about as well. And it also helps to have smaller trees around the edge. You can see you've got 2 small ones there, and then these ones are quite big, you know, because the ones at the right at the edge of the forest would be quite new, so they'd be smaller and it would get up in stages, unless it was an area where it's like a forest. Like the people of the land purposely have cut back the trees, and then the trees are all in a straight line. You know, that also looks nice. It all depends on the style you're going for and the purpose of the forest and stuff like that. So it all looks quite good. This looks quite bad though. Mix that up. There you go. Bit more interesting. It was too straight for my liking. So yeah, that's it for this episode, guys. The next episode is going to be going more in detail about what's on the ground in forests. So if you want to watch that video, I'll be recording that straight after this one, uploading it in a couple of days' time after this one. So don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next one.